What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea All Shade Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta Season 4 Episode 7 review. Okay, so in tonight's episode, we pick up exactly where last week's episode went off with Deb and the Brat meeting up. The Brat brings Judy, her girlfriend, and some other dude with her to the meeting like she needed backup against Deb, somebody that's supposed to have been her friend. But okay, didn't really understand that, but all right. So they going back and forth, and the Brat was like, I don't know what she don't understand or whatever. Like she was just being kind of like condescending and rude to me. Once again, one of the dude that was with the Brat asked Deb, can certain people be left off the songs or whatever? And I was like, why is he here? This has nothing to do with him or Big Booty Judy. Don't really understand it. Deb is frustrated because of the way that the Brat was kind of like low key coming at her, and I would have been too low key. I was not only concentrating on that, but the way Deb wears her mask. Like, why does she only wear her mask over her mouth? Like, Corona can't shoot up her nose. Don't really get that, but okay, maybe it's just because she old. But I have vowed that I'm not gonna talk about Deb no more. I'm back on the I'm scared of Deb train, and I'll talk more about that in a second. Um, so Deb was like, work with who you want to work with. Biles, Simpin, Diamond, and Reed, that's your team. You do 3 records, we'll do 3 records. So now it's gonna be like kind of like a competition type of thing. So the Brat was like, she'll think about it or whatever. I now have a newfound admiration and respect for Deborah, Anthony. And not so much even respect or admiration, just hearing her story after watching the new show on FX called Hip Hop Uncovered, where they talk to moguls behind the scene in the rap industry who came from the streets but has ties to the hip hop community. And Deb is one of the OGs on the show. And I did not know how connected Deb was, her and her family. Deb got introduced to the dope game by her father, who sold heroin. um she told a story about how when she was a little girl, her father had piles of it packed up, stacked up or whatever, getting ready to, pack it up or whatever. And he lied and told them it was just baby powder. So she a little girl thinking that this baby powder, so she putting the shit all over her chest, her and her little cousin or whatever, and was like, can you smell it? Can you smell it on me or whatever? Because, baby powder smells good. She up here sniffing the shit, not even knowing that it's heroin and fucking overdoses, goes to the emergency room and all this type of stuff. Her father had her out in the streets with him dealing drugs at the age of 9. Her brother Bimmy was one of the main members of the Supreme Team. If you know anything about Supreme Team, and Supreme, one of the biggest drug lords of the 80s. She got shot up when she was very young. Deb has ties with the mob. Like, Deb and her family are so deep into this drug game shit, shit ain't even fucking funny. Like, homegirl done been through some stuff. And I always wondered, like, where her son who committed suicide, red hair and light eyes, came from. But when you see Deb's siblings and you see pictures of Deb when she was a young woman, I was like, oh, that's where her son got his looks from, because their brothers are redheads, light skin, freckles with funny color eyes, and she was the same way. So check out Hip Hop Uncovered on FX. The first 2 episodes already aired. 2 new episodes will be airing tomorrow night. I am hooked. They have Haitian Jack on the show, who is a well-known shooter, drug dealer. They got Big U, who is a OG Crip, who has ties to the rap industry. 2 other men. Like, just hearing all of these OG stories and stuff like that, I love watching things like that. So their stories and how they were connected to, the streets and then to hip hop is mind blowing. And like I said, hearing Deb's and her brother's Bimmy stories is just like, wow, I had no idea this whole time that Deb and her family were, connected to Dream Team, the Supreme Team. So that shit was crazy to me. So I got shout out to Deb. Like, I ain't no longer saying shit about Deb. Deb not about to send her goons for me. No, ma'am, Pam, ma'am. The Brat and them better watch out who the fuck they talking to, because Deb got connects, bitch. So, Simpin and Bow in the studio, and he texting Diamond to see what she on, and she say she with some friends, and he telling her better not be no dudes over there. And Bow Wow looking at him like, this nigga here, and he even says to him like, she got you on a leash, cuz. So Ayana come through the spot or whatever, and Bow tells her about, this album that he's working on about his exes, and Ayana was like, if I would beat your ass. And I was like, exactly. Like, it's just so declasse, and it's just so starving for attention. It's like, but that screams Bow Wow. So she asks him about the project with Deb, and he says that he's not gonna do it, but he hasn't told Deb yet. Now they showed where Ayana was like, because y'all don't even like each other like that. Now, I don't know if that was chopped and screwed, or was she really talking about him and Deb don't really like each other, or was he talking about him and Johnny? I don't know, because they like to edit shit a certain way. So Simpin comes back in, and we hear him ending a phone call to Diamond where he was like, nah, there ain't no girls in the studio. The whole thing just seemed very scripted, that part, because he was talking all extra loud. Nah, there ain't no people in the studio. And it was just like, is this part even real or nah? So he get off the phone, and he says in his confessional that it get real frustrating when Diamond call him all the time, and if she call and you don't pick up, she gonna call you 5 times, and if you don't pick up, then here she come with the threat saying, oh, so you must be with a bitch, tell that bitch Diamond is on the way, and this and that. I'm like, I don't believe you, sir, because Diamond halfway seemed that she don't even want to be bothered with you half the time, and then you was the one blowing her up, asking her what she was doing, and saying there better not be no niggas over there, and then as soon as Ayana came, you use that as an excuse to call her. So, like, let's stop with this narrative like Diamond is the one that is so clingy and, scared that you gonna be out here doing something you ain't got no business doing. Diamond seems like she cheat on you left and right, child, and get away with it. So, Bow in his confessional say, I don't want to see Sippin' in no bullshit because it's not healthy. And he's referring back to last season when he got caught up with that stuff with Kiyomi or whatever, with that whole situation of their domestic violence situation. So Bow was like, I'm checking your work ethic. I need you on the same wave I'm on. Like, I can't have you just being so concentrated on you and Diamond this, and being paranoid while we working. I need you to be focused, which is true, especially if I'm hiring you to do something. I ain't got time to be managing your relationship issues. Like, go talk to Dr. Phil or something about that. Like, no. So Shaniah goes to see her daddy, Jermaine Dupri, so they can work on voter registration, which was really good. I'm not really feeling her no more. I used to like her. She used to be like a level headed young lady to me, and very sweet. But after this season, I just don't see it for her, and I'll explain more about that in a second. So Brat goes to see Bow at the studio, and she tells him and Simpin about her meeting with Deb and them splitting up the artists and the tracks or whatever. Simpin in his confessional, like, the Brat and Bow are already settled. People know them. They've had number ones. I'm not that settled in the industry yet, so this would be a good opportunity for me. But, he's still kind of shaking up with Deb saying that they can worry about the business side of it later. So he's unsure whether or not he wants to do the project or not. And I always tell people, make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's, like, because this business shit is crazy. Motherfuckers will snake you. So when you get in a bad vibe, I've learned to walk away from certain situations that might have brought me in a lot of money, but if my spirit ain't sitting right, something giving me that feeling, I will walk the fuck away, because all money ain't good money. So Bow tells her about his album concept, and she like, nah, son, that is not the move. So he plays her the track that he made about Black China, and she says that he's gonna look like a snitch in these streets. I don't even think that it's more so about him looking like a snitch, which he is. I just think that a lot of people just gonna be like another strike against him. Like, you already are lame to everybody. Everybody already knows that you are a liar, that you put on like you got so much going on for yourself, that you front a lot. So this just gonna be another situation where you're going to turn people off versus turn them on. Ew. So she asks him to play the Erica Mena song, and he says it ain't one. So she's shocked by that. So she mentions Angela, and he was like, "Have you heard her song?" And she like, "Oh Lord." He was like, she was like, "I didn't even think you would involve her in this shit, and your baby mama Joy." And he cut his eyes like, "Yeah, got a song about her too." And so Bow was like, "This is a list of women that meant something to me throughout my 33 years. If anything, it's gonna be bitches that's gonna be mad I didn't mention them." First of all, child. So now you're gonna sit up here and try to front and act like Erica didn't mean anything to you when you proposed to her? Okay. Now you know Erica will raise hell with your ass, so that's why you not even gonna go there, cause you know she gonna sue, and you know she gonna tell all your tea and tear your ass up. Cause didn't she accuse him of abuse too as well? Oh, okay. And I just look at Bow like, boy, like, oh, like he is just so whack to me, little lame ass nigga. So, Bow Wow says everybody gonna be talking about this for months, that they gonna be promoting it for me. Child, people gonna talk about this shit for maybe 2 days, and then it's gonna be on to the next one, because half these bitches that you talk about, we all know they hoes. So, like, nobody's going to care that much, darling. Nobody. The one song that people might even be somewhat interested in is the Angela one, because she has been accused of trying to be this goody two shoes and this and that. So if you do say something scandalous about her, that would probably make more headlines than anything. But ain't nobody gonna be surprised about shit you say about Black China or Kiyomi or Keisha Cole crazy ass. Like, nobody's going to be that shocked. Like, sorry, sir. Have several. So, the Brat in her confessional say it might be time to call JD. And I guess JD is really like a father figure to him, because they always run to the big homie when that nigga is on one. So, Simpin and Diamond have a romantic date that he planned for her. I did not like none she had on. I did not like that hair that looked like it was electrocuted. She was giving me Weird Al Yankovic tees. She was giving me Carrot Top tees with just blonde hair. I was not here for it at all. So Retention and Chevy show up. Simpin bring up the Deb project, and Chevy was like, I'm excited to be a part of it or whatever. So Simpin was like, it has to be the right situation though. And Regurgitate says, well, that was my whole problem last year when the boot camp thing came about and I was finessed and lied to. And I was like, now wait a minute, girl, because you've been doing good this season. Now you're trying to revert back like somebody played you. Unless the production chopped and screwed you to look a certain way, I don't think that you should make it seem like that was Deb and the Brat lying to you, because once again you're backtracking on your behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understanding it. And even in her confessional review is like, last year I was made to look entitled, so now I get to show the real me. So my thing is, was that the real you, and you trying to say that Deb and the Brat made you look a certain way, or did production make you look a certain way? That needs to be clarified, darling, because once again, it's like, are you trying to move forward, or are you still trying to blame them for how you were perceived last year? So Chevy proposing to her comes up when he mentions that they ain't been having sex for real. So Reverend is like, he holding out on his ring, so I'm holding out on this thing. And I agree, like, they've been together for 8-9 years. Like, you are not going to sit up here and take all the best years of my life with me being your girlfriend, and you want all these wifely duties and shit, and I'm laying down having kids with you, and we live together, and you won't put no ring on it. But see, this is where a lot of women mess up. Don't move in with no nigga. Don't move in with him. Don't move in with him. Because as soon as you move in with him, child, that's gonna be it's gonna take him even longer to propose to you, because it's like, why buy the milk, the cow, when I done got the milk for free? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all already playing house, you already giving them kids, we already living like we married, so why get the fucking certificate? And that's exactly what these niggas say. No, live your best life, date other niggas, go travel, go shopping. You know what I'm saying? I see you, we fuck, we have a great time, we go out on dates, I love you. Mm-hmm. But the more you're unavailable to these men, the more they want you. So you cannot just give these men everything, because why would they want to marry you when you've already given them everything that a married woman would give to them? So at this point, it's either shit or get off the pot when it comes to their relationship. Either we gonna do this damn thing or we need to go our separate ways, because I'm not gonna continue to be your girlfriend, boy. No. So remember then said, so when she getting her ring, talking about Diamond, Simping in his confessional say, do I want to marry Diamond? I do, but do I want to rush into anything? You niggas do not need to be getting married. No, y'all need to do the opposite. Y'all need to break up. No, no, absolutely not. Not having it. So Brett and Judy go visit Jermaine in the studio, and they come in looking like two Harlem Globetrotters. I don't know where the fuck their country asses are going, but they look perfect together based off their aesthetic. So the Brett asks him, has he heard Bow's album? He was like, nah, I ain't heard nothing. So she tells him about the whole concept. And Jermaine was like, it might be something he needs to get off his chest. Jermaine was like, on your show, talking about that little morning gossip show that she on, I forgot the name of her, Ricky Smiley. He was like, y'all gonna talk about it though, right? And she was like, yeah. So he was like, exactly, like free promotion. And yeah, I get that. Like, it will be scandalous for a day or two, but then after that, where do you go from there? Are these songs that people going to actually want to listen to over and over again? Because once we've heard the tea, once we've heard the story, is this a song that's going to resonate with me and make me want to go back and listen to it? That's the question. So Brett was like, yeah, but I feel like it's going to open up a can of worms. And I agree. And it 100% is going to open up a can of worms. And I hope that he do put it out. And I hope that those can of worms do open up, because you want it to be so scandalous and so, in your face and shocking people. You going to get the shock of your life when, like she said, all these hoes going to come out the woodwork on your ass and start claiming abuse. Somebody gonna say you done raped them. You know how these girls be wanting their 5 minutes of fame, or hell, you probably might have did, put your hands on them, because it's been said by numerous women in the industry that Bow has been abusive. Now, this rape thing, I'm just saying that's what people would do. Will throw rape claims out on you, all types of shit. He gonna get all types of shit to come his way. So you better be prepared for all that's going to come your way, that's going to further ruin your image and put you in a world of trouble. So go right ahead on, girlfriend. Go right ahead on, short stuff. Let's see what happens. So it's the day of BT birthday event. They're paintball, going to paintball or whatever. Bow little soft ass don't want to do it because he got shot in the hand once and it hurt real bad. He was bleeding. And at some point, him and BT leave. BT leave his own event. So I was like, was this shit even real, or was it just a setup to get Ayana and Regurgitate in the same room? Because I'm like, who leaves their birthday event? That doesn't make sense. So Bow tells Revisionist that Ayana is coming. Shaniah is blindsided about this and burns the fuck out, because she says, and I quote, that she doesn't want to be confronted and look like Boo Boo the Fool. Oh, okay. Oh, really? So you say some fucked up shit to her, and even though I don't think she even knew you was coming, you was even on her radar where she was gonna say anything to you, you didn't want to have that conversation on camera about how you said some basically homophobic shit or whatever, and you didn't want to get called out on it on national television, and because you look like a fool, and you didn't want to apologize for what the fuck your ass did. Oh, okay, I get it. You pussy, and I don't like your little ass. Goodbye. I don't like her little ass, old penny looking ass girl. Anywho, so that just really put a bad taste in my mouth. Like, you're not adult enough to admit I was wrong. I was uneducated in what I said. If I completely offended you, and for that I am sorry, because I genuinely consider you a friend and I want to be educated and learn more about what is the proper pronouns to use. But instead of being adult like that and saying that, you decide to skeet skirt because you don't want to be made to look like a fool. You already made yourself look like a fool, you idiot. So Retail is talking shit, being loud or whatever, and everybody was, I don't know if it was just the way they cut it, but everybody was looking at her like, okay girl, what did you doing? You're doing too much. But maybe that's just her personality. So Ayana and her stud boyfriend show up. I'm up here talking about the proper pronouns and stuff and call this girl her stud boyfriend. I am so ignorant, child. But mine are all jokes. So they walk up and she does not speak to Reinstate and says she's not playing the game. She's just there to support or whatever. So Revenge in her confessional say she saw me. She wasn't trying to make no eye contact with me. And I agree, she wasn't trying to make no eye contact with you or whatever. She did see you just like you saw her. Y'all saw each other. So, Mbatu tells Ayana that BT left, and she like, oh really? So Revision is being loud again after they get done playing paintball. She just loud and just being extra or whatever, and that would have got on my nerves too. So Ayana is like, it's very clear that she is being loud because she wants to be saying, girl, I do not care. And so everyone comes back after playing, and Simpson shot Diamond in the head or whatever. Thank God the little girl had on the helmet. So Kai in his confession like, I don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about when y'all gonna set me up on a date with this girl somewhere nice, somewhere lit. Let's do that. I was like, come on, Kai. Continue to shoot your shot. I love Kai. Kai is funny as hell. He's like the twist of this show. They need to give him more camera time. So Relocate hair is in a smooth ponytail to the back. Keep that in mind. Her hair is smooth in a ponytail to the back after she takes her helmet off. She then takes it out of the ponytail, fluffs it out, grabs a bottle of water, and wets her hair. You heard somebody in the background say, you taking a shower out here, girl? And she was like, no, I'm just putting my hair back up. Now, on the blogs, they showed this clip. She was in the comment section and was like, y'all doing too much. My hair was all over my head. That's why I did it. Girl, if you telling the truth, I can pull my hair up in a ponytail. Girl, get somewhere and sit down. You were being extra and you were doing the most. Okay, you got a cute little gray to her, girl. Ooh, cute. Great for you. Cute little girl. But girl, you was just doing the most. You really were. So, where was I at? Ayana say in her confessional, you do not need this attention. Just sit down. I see you, girl. So really then goes over to Mbatu like she's getting ready to leave. And even Mbatu was like, you leaving? And they give each other a hug. And mind you, really goes in for the hug first. Like she's about to go, like she's saying bye or something. And Mbatu was like, you leaving? She was like, nah, I came over here to talk to her. Like, what is like, if you came over here to talk to her, what you hugging her for, acting like you about to leave? You could tell she was nervous to do what she was about to do. So she sits next to Ayana. She's trying to make small talk with her. Ayana's being polite and speaking back or whatever, but she's giving you that energy of, okay, why are you talking to me? I'm just gonna answer your little questions, but please get out of my face. So she then says, we might as well talk since you're here. And Ayana was like, I don't want to. I don't mind having a conversation with you later on, but today for me is not the day. At that point, I would have said, okay, and walked away. There wouldn't have been no more conversation because I already see you have an attitude and you've said to me you don't want to speak. So I'm going to respect you and your boundaries and walk the fuck away. It's that fucking simple. So Rebuild, however, says, so when is it good for you? Because it's been like almost a year over some petty shit. Ayana was like, you started it. And Regular was like, I asked a simple question. What he lie about? You started insulting me. I ain't never really disrespect you like that. You call me out my name. Mind you, while all this going on, Chevy sitting there like, with this creepy ass smile on his face, like he enjoying every minute of this. It was very weird. Like he looked really creepy. Once again, I feel like Ayana is doing too much and that she's blowing this thing way out of proportion. She seems like one of the people that once you get on her bad side, she don't want to have shit to do with you. I feel like this thing could have been squashed, but at the same time, retail needs to take responsibility in that you involved yourself in something that did not have anything to do with you. You knew exactly what you were doing and you knew exactly what type of energy you was giving off by tweeting that. And we all know at this point that when it comes to tweets or text messages or comments, when it's being read, it can come off totally different than how you may have intended for it to come across. So it's better just to say things in person to somebody. So they both got valid points and they both are wrong in certain areas or whatever. So, Ayana says you did the same thing, saying that, you was talking shit to me too. Reunion was like, what I say about you? Ayana was like, we're not going to go back and forth. Retain say you can go back and forth having a debate. Now, mind you, they sitting next to each other. Like, there's like, I got a beam right here. It's probably this much room in between them as they're having this conversation, and they facing forward, just like I'm facing forward. So if they really wanted some smoke, they could have fought each other. They didn't really want to fight each other. So, Ayana was like, but you don't need to start anything with somebody you don't know. And I agree that, like, you don't know me, you shouldn't involve yourself in our business. So Reinstall was like, where was the disrespect that I came at you at? She's still trying to ask her, like, how did I disrespect you? Ayana goes and sits like this, like, girl, I'm just not featuring this bitch at all. And I think that it was that, and also that she couldn't explain or say what Regurgitate said to her that was offensive, because she probably did not, and she just don't like that hoe. So Ramp was like, you don't have nothing to say. Ayana was like, I just told you that I don't want to talk to you today. So Running is like, because you know you're wrong. I fight, so I don't want to fight you. Now, see, this is where you went wrong, because if you were genuinely trying to squash things with her, first of all, you would have respected her when she said she didn't want to talk to you, and then you bring up, I fight, so I don't want to fight you. The fuck? Now, see, at that point, ain't no more talking. Not for me. Especially when you sitting this close to me and I can just bop you in your head. Nah. So, Ayana sit up then, because she on ready, and she was like, you want to fight? And her nigga boyfriend was like, no, we're not going to do this today. So she goes and gets next to Ayana. Rekindle was like, no, because I don't want to beat your ass in front of everybody. Ain't no more talking at this point. You didn't just threaten me and said you don't want to beat my ass in front of everybody. Like I said, if they really wanted to fight, they could have fought each other. We're literally close enough to tap each other on the shoulders at this point. If y'all want to smoke, y'all could have been all over that goddamn picnic table thumping. Them hoes did not want to fucking fight for real. Girl, bye. So, Ayana says, you're not going to beat my ass. So if you want to fight, we can fight. Her little boyfriend, her little stud start grabbing her hand. And I hate when people do this when I'm arguing with somebody. Don't grab my hand. Don't be pulling on me, because if this bitch swing on me and I only got one hand to defend myself, after I get done beating her ass, I'm beating your ass. You don't put nobody in that kind of compromising situation where they ain't got both of their limbs to fuck or somebody up. Because if she would have swung on her, and meanwhile you holding her hand and she would have got one up on me, I'm beating your ass. So, Reveal gets in Ayana's face. Like, she leaned over at this point. Like I said, if either one of them hoes really wanted smoke, they could have fought. Neither one of them want to fight. Ayana said, no, I'm sorry. So, where was I at? Blah, 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 blah. Chevy then goes to get reimbursed. She tells him not to grab her hand. Now, Chevy holding her hand, the stud holding Ayana's hand. They both sitting there with their spouses holding their hands and shit. Girl, like I said, neither one of them was on one. So, Sippin' in his confessional say, my money on Ayana. I done seen Ayana in action before. You don't want that smoke. Do I think Ayana can fight? I think she can fight. I think Remarkable could probably fight. But neither one of them wanted to fight that day. So Ayana was like, you lame for that lame ass shit on Twitter. She grabs her crossbody purse like she getting ready to leave. And then Reed says, bitch, you walk off talking shit. Ayana was like, bitch, what's up? So she put her hand in Reinstall face, and she pushes her little stud girlfriend away, and then the episode goes off. Child, like I said, neither one of them bitches wanted to fight. They was damn near close enough to tongue kiss each other. Girl, goodbye. Overall, I give tonight's episode of Growing Up Hip Hop a B+. It was cute. It was cool for what it was. Thank you guys for watching this review. Make sure you guys are following my fashion Instagram page, fashion underscore killer 81. All of my social media information is down below in the description box. I've been posting a picture every day this week of black and white outfits. And I've been posting one picture a day on my community page. But if you want more details on the looks and more pictures, follow that page. If you guys want to purchase a Dream 2 book box, the link is down below as well. And make sure you guys check out my Amazon storefront. I'm dropping a mini movie me on my IGTV, on my Keisha Irvin Instagram page, and on Facebook next Friday for the upcoming release of my novel Dream 2. So if you follow me on either one of those social media platforms, stay tuned next Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time for the mini movie debut. I'm so excited about that. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching this review. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.